So with Vera Pauw in her Ireland scarf after her opening game and your Ireland win 3-2 over Ukraine, record crowd here in Tala, and a very happy night for your girls in green.
Yeah, amazing. We made it very difficult for ourselves actually because we were 2-0 up. We had the game in our pocket actually, and because of two individual mistakes, we suddenly are under huge pressure. So that third goal, they had this absolute will to not give the win away. And we had already prepared what we would do if the pressure would get too high. So one shout was enough. They executed it. Fantastic.
Yeah, I noticed in the second half you were trying to scream with your hands around your mouth for the players to hear you with the record crowd and lots of young girls screaming. It was sometimes hard for your players to actually hear you.
They didn't hear me. I had to use all my voice and they did not hear me. So that's a good thing. You cannot say like, one more, I need to coach. Yeah. But that is a good thing. Eh? So one time I asked the players, who has a loud voice? Can you call me on? Yeah.
And like at half time, your team are 2-0 up. Your captain, Katie McCabe, scores again. Player of the match, Rihanna Jarrett, gets a great goal. You're 2-0 up in 28 minutes, and then you make two mistakes and they equalise before half time. And you probably had to calm the players down at half time, given they'd kind of thrown away a lead.
Yeah, because of course they came in the dressing room angry and not to the players with mistakes, but that they were giving it away. So indeed, we calmed them down and we just repeated what we've done this week. What were the points that we agreed? Restructure, reorganize, get the lines closed, get that 4 block working. And that helped, I think. The second half, we were the better team again. We were in control. But of course, 3-2 down. They played 4 up, then they played 5 up. That means that you need to have 5 back. That was organized, but that also means that there's no players anymore to play. So the long balls gave us a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I interviewed Megan Campbell 3 or 4 times in the last 4 years, and she's had such serious injuries, and she's come back, and like her long throw tonight on both sides, and she had the space with the stand to the sideline, and her long throw in the second half was very different to the ones in the first half in that it created the chance for Rihanna to cross it in for the own goal, and that's a massive, massive threat for your team.
It is a weapon, isn't it? Yeah. That's what we said on the bench. But also, we haven't really trained it. Only 2 throws, so that everybody could feel how far she could throw. And then coming from back, the moments that she threw it over, the only thing that we needed to say is, don't do it every time. Have a good look. Is it on? You do it. Is it not on? Not. And if you see it, have contact with each other so that Rian knows. Amazing. This is coming out without training. That's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, massive. And the crowd as well was massive, 5,328 I think, and the FAI had hoped there'd be 8,000 here, and I think some season ticket holders maybe didn't take up their tickets and there were some empty seats. It's still a record crowd, but are you disappointed that it wasn't the 8,000 that we'd hope it would be, given that there were 8,000 tickets given out?
Well, disappointed. It is a shame. It's a shame because we've been absolutely clear. Hand in your tickets, because there were so many people wanted to come who couldn't come because there were no tickets available. And that is really a shame. Maybe we need to think about a different way, because those people will stay. They will come. Everybody will come. And to get the stadium full, we maybe need to think of how can we organize that. But people have done a phenomenal work to get that all those tickets being picked up, because people had to download them. They had to how do you say that, to
receive them, to take them,
to request them, get them. So it's just a shame that they then not come.
And I know the FAI, people in the ticket office were making calls to make sure people were going to use their tickets. Clearly 2,500 didn't, and for the next game in a little while, I know you're away in the next game to Greece, but hopefully that 8,000 tickets are available for people who will actually come and sit in the seats and cheer you on.
Yeah, so I'm sure there's specialists in our office. It was amazing what they did now, but now everybody's awake, everybody wants to come, and I'm sure that they find a way to get it really packed.
And lastly, 2 wins from 2, the opening game against Montenegro when you watched in the crowd, and the win tonight. Germany 10-0, 8-0, 8-0, 5-0. It's likely they'll top the group. Ukraine, who you said before the game were your main rivals for a second, have no points now from 3 games. They have played Germany twice. You've played Germany in 2 of your last 3 games. Greece away next. And there's a chance to really try and build some more points with some tough games towards the end of the group.
Yeah, we need to win from Greece and Montenegro. that's it. And then it comes back to our away game against Ukraine. So it is a shame we've given the goals away because of the goal difference and the internal result. So if we lose 1-0 there, they have a better result because they've scored twice. But on the other hand, a draw could be enough over there.
So you're happy with your start and an enjoyable night for you in your first game as manager too?
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. It keeps us going till the end.
Vera, congratulations. Thank you for your time. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So Megan Campbell, you're back in green. You're back making long throws into the box. Outrageous stuff. You're back winning games for your country in front of a record crowd at Tallaght. Good night at the office.
Yeah, brilliant night at the office. Brilliant night for all the girls involved, the staff. First game, first win for Vera and the rest of the staff. It's just something to build on now. We've beaten the second seeds, but we know we have to go again against them away. But we're looking forward to the challenge ahead. And next game is Greece away in November, and that's where our main aim is now, is to focus on that.
I was actually on air on News Talk at the time when your first long throw came, and you came all the way across from left back to the right, and you had about a 10-yard run up because of the space in Tallaght, and it was like back post for, I think it was Louise Quinn to head it, and it's like Megan's back.
Yeah, obviously delighted that I can contribute in that way. Obviously I like to think that I can play with my feet as well for the majority of the game, but if called upon and if needed, then I'm going to do that, and thankfully it paid off for the third goal. But I think without Rihanna running all night the way she did, those opportunities wouldn't have come, and without the other 10, 11 players on the pitch and the girls on the bench as well from the training load this week, we've worked hard as a unit, worked hard for Vera and the staff and Eileen and Jan. So going forward, obviously we're buzzing, and we're just going to build on that.
Yeah, talk to us about the difference between a long throw kind of into the box as opposed to the one for the third goal, which is kind of a straighter one to put someone in behind, because they're very different types of throws, but it's the same distance and same outcome really.
Yeah, maybe it's a little harder when there's already everyone in the box and they're already expecting the ball to come in, because sometimes keepers can come and claim them, but I just looked up and I seen that their back line was high and tried to take the opportunity, and thankfully it paid off. As I said, I don't think without Rihanna's run and cut back for then Denise and Katie getting in the box for the goals, then it wouldn't have happened, but obviously it's class to see.
Working with Vera this week, she's come in and she's been great with her time with us for interviews and very interested and engaging person. What's she been like to work under?
Brilliant, yeah, absolutely loved the week. Really positive, no fear of failure. It was the main aim this week, and just to build on that as a team and as a squad going forward was more positive play in us going forward in our formations and going into games knowing that we can come out with results rather than playing on a draw or whatever. And I think that the training sessions have been good. They've been lighter, but Vera's like, well, obviously she's a great professional and knows what she's doing, and everyone's bought in, and I know it's only been a week, but we're looking forward to the next camp in November.
Yeah, the crowd tonight, 5,328 off the top of my head. We're hoping for 8,000, and whatever happens, season tickets not coming or whatever, but for you guys to have that record crowd and again spend the time at the end with the young girls and boys taking selfies and autographs and stuff in Dublin, a big crowd, and hopefully to build on that for the next one.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think without that crowd being there and without everyone singing ole 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 at the end, like we could all hear it on the sidelines coming in onto the pitch, and we're just obviously delighted that the crowds have turned up. I think it's on us as players to keep building now and keep performances on so that the crowds keep coming back, but yeah, just really thankful for everyone who's come out and supported us, and hopefully long may it continue.
And lastly, I was really interested when Vera told me last week that you were going to train against boys and with boys, and you played the UCD 15s in that unbelievable Sport Ireland Dome during the week. Tell us about that, and I'm not sure if you yourself as a women's footballer have played kind of against boys or against men, and Vera's thought process on that and how it went.
Yeah, many would say that obviously boys are more physical, obviously faster, it's the obvious thing, and so for us to want to build and to play possession football, we need to do it against a high, fast moving opponent, because that's the only way you're going to get better. Yeah, you're going to make mistakes, but that's what the training games are for, and thankfully UCD boys came and they played us in the indoor arena in Abbottstown, and it was good. It was a good opportunity for the girls to get to play together, for Vera to see players, and I think it worked well for us going and building on this game coming into the Ukraine game.
And lastly, you tried to chase Germany, but you're ahead of Ukraine now. You play Greece away next, Germany in 2 of your last 3, so all to play for. Yeah,
definitely all to play for. Our main aim is to still qualify for Euro 2021, but November we'll look to Greece away and we'll build on that, and 3 points is the next main aim against them.
Megan, well done, congrats, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.